The tide is turning and Reform UK is rising in British politics as they've officially become the third largest party in one of the most important parts of our country, Wales. This is going to be quite an interesting story because we've seen the wave across England when it comes to Reform UK and Richard Tice's agenda. Wales was obviously, they had a huge chunk of Brexiteers at the time. And the Conservatives are a little bit struggling, but they are losing the vote to Reform UK. So this is consistent. The latest numbers that we actually have from Wales is you can compare. On the right-hand side, you've got the 2019 election result. And on the left-hand side, you've got the current voting intention. The Labour Party has remained relatively the same. So they got 41% last time. Now they're on 43%. The Conservatives were on 36% in 2019, but they are now on 22%. So they've lost over, about 15%. Brexit Party at the time, which was the former version of Reform UK, received 5%. But Reform UK are now on 12%. Now, the other parties are basically the same thing. Plaid Cymru, 10%, Liberal Democrats, 6-7%. Greens have been destroyed. I wonder why. Now, we could argue that the Brexit Party on 5% was mostly because they had to stand down in a number of seats. And if they had stayed as, obviously, candidates against the Tories, that they would have received more, probably around 12% or maybe even more. And so this is actually going to be a good sign for Richard Tice because these are just opinion polls. And when it gets to the actual election, like the Brexit Party, they can probably challenge the main two parties. But this is still good news. I spoke to Richard Tice about this earlier on, and he gave us his comment about this issue. Richard Tice basically just said, the party with common sense policies to stop the boat and get the economy growing is making great progress in Wales. He kept it simple and sweet and everything. And we know that there is a massive problem with all these issues in this country. But there are some people on the political left who reacted to this opinion poll, said, well, it's because everybody in Wales right now, they're all Brexiteers, they're all racist, and they're all basically just obsessed with immigration. Really? We also have the numbers on that front. Let's talk about some facts and how people are actually thinking. So those who responded to these polls and surveys, 63% of them cited that the economy is the most one of the three most important issues affecting them. So 63%, that is the main point. Now the NHS is also 59%. That's the second most common choice. And then you have immigration, that is 34%. So that's still high. It's the third, obviously, a common choice. But it's not dominating completely in Wales specifically. Doesn't mean they don't care, but it also doesn't mean they are racist. 90% care about housing and 19% care about the environment. And so you can see the numbers for yourself. You can pause the video, have a look at the details of the graph. So the argument from the political left that, these people are only backing Reform UK and the Conservatives is because they hate foreigners. Well, that doesn't really resonate, does it? Because they mostly care about the economy. And then the NHS, as in the healthcare system. Doesn't mean they love the NHS. They probably are angry at the NHS. They want a better healthcare system. But we know that only 38% have been talking about immigration in Wales. So because there are bigger issues for them. It's all linked, obviously. The economy and immigration, they're all linked. So they are thinking about the cost of living crisis right now. And they've been clearly looking at Richard Tice and Reform UK and thinking they are at least saying the right things. Let's see if they're going to act on it or not. This is the latest update on Richard Tice and Reform. We're going to keep you guys posted throughout the day. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.